Educational Philosophy, Scaffolding Responsibility Through Empathy by Aaron White. Presented to the School of Education and Leadership at the City University of Seattle. EEA 535, Dimensions of Education Leadership. Dr. Gloria Antifev, May 22, 2022. Educational Philosophy, Scaffolding Responsibility Through Empathy. The role of education is to create a relationship facilitating growth in knowledge, skills, and abilities so all learners can face change in an unknown future. The best antidote to uncertainty is having purpose, within the larger context of taking on challenges through responsibility. At different stages of development and with different individuals, methods need to vary between direct instruction and inquiry-based pedagogy, and it is the teacher's role to understand how to design a balanced approach to learning. Having a growth mindset will create an equilibrium, and a teacher must be flexible and adaptive to model creativity for their learners. Moreover, students will willingly face challenges when they have a relationship, formed by the teacher being open, reflective, and willing to listen. An educator must always consider the context of the learner. Empathy creates an environment that is safe for risk-taking, and the more students take risks, then the more they are willing to pursue challenges. This cycle of facing new challenges and learning is the key to scaffolding a perspective of shouldering new responsibilities and thriving amidst change. Personal context. As a learner, academics came easily to me, and I was often praised for my creativity. What this amounted to was a period pursuing scholastics without sustained vigor. I would teeter between bouts of intense activity and prolonged periods of self-indulgence. Although I was not a great student, I felt I had a good relationship with my teachers, and, as a professional, I still consider how certain teachers had created those spaces for learning. I was inspired to create an environment for enjoyment, for content through a connection with the material that I was presenting. I felt that if I engaged students at a level that they were at, then learning would happen. When this model did not produce success in measurable diploma marks, I felt that it was due to the students not meeting me halfway. I transposed my own experience as a learner onto my students. The work could be done if the student wanted to. This created an environment in which a few students felt left out, and even on some occasions belittled and ridiculed. My laissez-faire attitude towards student engagement was being interpreted as a lack of care for their success. Students perceived that I was not available to them. My fatal flaw was that I believed that it was not my place to sell the learning to students, that they were with me or they were not. It was brought to my attention, through a rather jarring procedure, that a portion of students felt my style of teaching segregated those who did not have passion for learning. It was harsh, but they were right. I expected that students would rise to the occasion, disregarding that some people just don't like Shakespeare. I armored myself with the idea that it was their issue, and that the weight of the canon was proof in itself. Literature is important. What I forgot is that the class content is secondary to the learning that is important. I can count on one hand the number of lessons that I remember from high school, but I hold in my whole body the importance of being inquisitive, introspective, and understanding of other perspectives. I thought the content I learned in school was important because I liked it. What really happened is that through relationships, I learned to enjoy the pursuit. Now as a lead learner, I view a school community differently. It is a place not only for learning, but of welcoming and accepting. The lessons we teach in each class are not vital pieces for student development. Although there are clear benchmarks and goals to meet, these definitive marks are just lines in the sand, ready to be retooled at any time. If a student comes out of an education system ready for the world to throw unheard of challenges at them, then we have given them the best skill possible: responsibility.